Hey, 12, everybody, welcome back. So as meteorologist Byron Moran's been telling us, and you've been hearing here on Pix 11 for quite some time now, it looks like New York City finally getting some much-needed rain, but not before this historic drought caused so many brush fires across the 5 boroughs and beyond.
Yeah, the FDNY has certainly had its hands full. Just yesterday, a brush fire broke out in Upper Manhattan near the Harlem River Drive, drawing a large presence from firefighters. It was brought under control a few hours later. But joining us this morning is FDNY Commissioner Robert Tucker with the very latest. So the fire there on Harlem River Drive. Well, first of all, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
But first, that Harlem River Drive fire, totally out. But can you talk about the challenges that you faced up there? Because what's that terrain like up there?
Thanks for asking. I mean, it is out and our firefighters are safe. The terrain that we've encountered in over 300 brush fires this month has been treacherous. This is not in open fields in the parks that people are used to walking around. And also, it's thick forestry. There's no hydrants in this area. So, I mean, this is real dangerous firefighting for the members of our department.
Yeah, I mean, you've had your hands full. By the way, today is day 100 for you.
Yes.
Right? So congratulations on 100 days, and thanks for being here for that. And you've had quite the experience in that 100 days, from city fires that you deal with daily to now these brush fires, which has led to this first ever brush fire task force, right? So can you explain what exactly that means?
I mean, I think it's our responsibility not just to respond to 911 calls for service, but also to be ready and prepared. And this is the greatest fire department in the world, and these are the greatest firefighters in the world. And part of the reason for that is they are well trained and they are prepared for anything. It's an all hazards agency, not just a fire department. Our EMTs and paramedics are the greatest in the world, the busiest in the world. And the task force is out there proactively looking around at parks. We were in Brooklyn yesterday. We were in the Bronx, up in Van Cortlandt Park the day before. We're proactively now using our drones and some of our fire marshals and fire safety inspectors to walk around and try to mitigate hazards that we might find.
Well, because sometimes people might think, well, these are man-made fires they start, but can you talk about some of the cause when the brush is so dry? Just the smallest of things can ignite.
I mean, you know, we're begging New Yorkers to please be vigilant and be responsible. If there's no smoking in these parks, but you know, if you have anything that's lit, please don't throw it on the ground. It is very dry. We are very happy about the weather forecast, and we're optimistic that this will start to dissipate.
Yeah, I mean, and the mayor just announced a drought warning this week. I mean, how much does that hamper efforts for the fire department?
Yeah, we're very grateful to the mayor and to our colleagues in the Parks Department and other city agencies and state agencies for their help. It's we need water to fight fires.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have not had a problem with that, except that in some of these areas, in Inwood, for example, we did something very unusual where we brought up one of our fire boats up the Hudson River, and we drafted water from the Hudson River into the park because there are, as I said, no hydrants in the thick forestry. We're not in a dangerous situation for firefighting, but we need the public's help to please conserve water.
Have you sent any FDNY members up to the Jennings Creek fire, the one in Orange County?
We have not sent members to Jennings Creek, but we have deployed our incident management team all over the country, up in Connecticut recently for some forest fire activity. That's part of the task force's responsibility now, is going to be to deploy around the country, working with the U.S. Fire Administrator and the Department of Homeland Security, other local fire departments where they're a little more used to forest fires than us.
Yeah. Okay, well, we were just mentioning today is day 100 for you.
Yeah.
Again, congratulations on reaching this milestone. What are you going to focus on now going forward to move the department forward?
Yeah, I mean, I said it on day 1 and I'll say it on day 100. I am very focused on reducing our EMS response times. That is something that can be improved. That is something that technology will improve. We've got to revisit how we dispatch our ambulances, and we are in the process of doing so.
Yeah, so how do you go about that, right? Because when you talk to a New Yorker, they might say, or even read some of these articles where they say response time is just abysmal, right? So how do you go about it when you're up against things like budget cuts, staffing shortages and traffic.
Yeah, it's complicated. It's a multi-pronged approach. I would push back on abysmal, but I would say that, you know, for our most high priority calls, we're really pretty good. It's some of the less high priority calls where our response times have spiked, and that's
what was that? What kind of call would that be?
I have a sprained ankle and call 911. I have a bloody nose and I call 911. And we're asking the public for help there. If you don't need to use the 911 system, we would ask you to reconsider your options. There are other options, and we'd like you to think about using them. 911 and the EMS service is for the really sick people, people who cannot get to the hospital on their own. They can't access other modes of transportation. We're not a car service, and we really want to get the public's help in understanding when to use the 911 system and, frankly, when not to.
All right, Commissioner Tucker, thanks again for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Good stuff.